Good morning. Please be seated. Good morning and welcome to the Southern University Law Center's commencement exercise for the class of 2019. I'm so happy to be here with you today. I'm John Pierre, and as the chancellor of the Southern University Law Center, it is my pleasure to welcome all of you as guests, but most especially the members of the class of 2019 for this diploma ceremony. The front page 65 years ago of America's newspapers announced to the world that the U.S. Supreme Court had just decided a case called Brown versus Board of Education. This class represents the promise of Brown. Look at the diversity in this class, and the promise of Brown is being fulfilled today. I have dubbed this class the class of resilience. The reason I have dubbed them the class of resilience is because in the summer of 2016, when many of them arrived, Baton Rouge was in a state of turmoil. Alton Sterling's death, followed by the great flood of Baton Rouge in 2016, and so many of them were affected by the flood. But I'm so proud for them today, and I'm so proud to be here because what you see is the embodiment of the fact that their faith and their perseverance carried them straight through so many trials and tribulations. Sometimes they fell down, but they kept getting up. They got a little banged up along the way, but they withstood the challenges. This fine group of young men and women, and I want to again really pay homage to the fact that they have persevered through what could be a tough time for most people. So I want us to begin this ceremony by asking those who are able to rise to please rise for the national anthem, which will be sung by a beautiful young lady named Miss Addison Papillon, followed by Lift Every Voice by Miss Ashley Johnson of the class of 2019. And I ask that you remain standing for the invocation to be administered by our honorable board member, the Reverend Donald Ray Henry.
So
Papillon. Beautiful, 9 years old. Thou shalt remain standing. For Miss Johnson.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening stars. Let us march on till victory is won. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has brought us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has taught us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stormy the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the day when hope unborn had died, yet with the steady beat have not a weary feet come to the place for which our Father sighed. We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered. Out of the gloomy past till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our star is cast. shadow beneath thy hand. May we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land.
Beautiful. Good morning again. Good morning to everyone, to all of the mothers and fathers we have here today, and to all of you who are graduating. I want to express my great congratulations to you, each of you. Let us join our hearts in prayer. Most gracious and joyful God, we gather before you today in celebration. Celebration of life, changing, growing in and before you. We pray that your spirit may engulf our hearts this day so that all we do and say will be bound by your will for us. We pray in particular for those graduates before you who hold their dreams and visions deeply within their hearts, hearts filled with expectancy toward a bright future. And now, O God, by your providence, guide us, sustain us, lift us, hold us. Be with us in our joy and in our excitement as we experience with fullness the gift of this day. To you, O God, our Lord, our Redeemer, Sustainer, and Creator, we do pray in Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, Ms. Papillon, Ms. Johnson, and Reverend Henry. You may be seated. I want to introduce the stage guests this morning. To my immediate left is the president of the Southern University System, Dr. Ray L. Belton. Seated next to him is the executive vice president of the Southern University System, executive vice chancellor of the Baton Rouge campus, Dr. James Ammons. Sitting next to him is the Honorable Tony Clayton, Southern University Law Center alum. Sitting next to him is the Honorable Ann Smith, our venerable leader from Tangipahoa Parish. Sitting next to her is the Honorable Raymond Fondell, a great leader from Calcasieu Parish. Sitting behind Dr. Belton is Cynthia Reed, who is a great leader in her own right, CLE director, alumni, and the class president, well, not class president, actually the SBA president and student board member, Zay Jeffers, class of 2019. Ms. DeAndrea Lee, who keeps all the records and makes sure that you're going to graduate out of here. To my right is our speaker, who I will introduce more formally, Attorney Ben Crump. You have met and have heard from Reverend Henry. Next to him is Vice Chancellor Derek White. Next to him is Vice Chancellor Elfrida Diamond. Behind where I'm seated is the Honorable Alejandro Perkins, Chair Emeritus of the University of Louisiana Board. Next to him is the Honorable James Carter, Vice Chair of the University of Louisiana Board. Next to him is Associate Vice Chancellor Regina Ramsey James. Next to her is Attorney Preston Castile. He is the General Counsel for the Southern University System Foundation and past President of Southern University Alumni Federation. Next to him is Associate Vice Chancellor Sean Vance. Behind Associate Vice Chancellor Vance is Mr. Tavares Walker from the system's General Counsel Office. Next to him is Dr. Manisha Finch, Southern University Baton Rouge. And next to her is the 1969 alum, Golden alum, Mr. Walter Dumas, who needs no introduction here, is one of the great Southern University Law School alums. will not continue without first acknowledging the person who keeps me straight every day, and that's Antoinette Pierre, and the person who keeps Vice Chancellor White straight, Lori White. Without them, we couldn't function, so we thank you all for keeping us straight every day. Distinguished guests, faculty, family, friends, and members of the 2019 class, we gather today to celebrate a moment of consequence in the lives of those of you of the 123 Juris Doctor candidates. Members of this graduating class have had to accomplish seemingly unsurmountable tasks to be afforded the opportunity to sit here today. Tasks that undoubtedly required a cadre of support filled with tales of parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, family, friends, spouses, partners, and of children who have prayed, sacrificed, strengthened, and inspired them. So as we reflect on the journey that has brought our graduates to this defining moment, let us remember first and foremost those who have contributed to their law school successes. The faculty to my left has been an integral part of their development, and I want to acknowledge their important work in helping them come along through the process. I want you to acknowledge this faculty. And I want the families and friends of the class of 2019 to rise so that the graduates can honor you. Please rise. Graduates, this is your day. Today you become the 84th class to be a part of the future lawyer leaders who will take roles in public service, elected leadership, corporate leadership, and private practice. With decades-old legal precedents being challenged, various movements sweeping the nation, and deep divides on almost every issue of concern to every human, this country, your states, your communities, and your families need your advocacy. Those who came before you, before me, and even the generations before, fought and advocated so that we could all realize dreams that could not be realized for themselves. How proud they must have been to play such an integral role in shaping history and the futures of so many. Now, you have an opportunity to make an impact that is more significant, more transformative, and more meaningful. Regardless of which side of an issue you may fall on, advocacy is the bedrock of every statute, every court decision, every rule of law that shapes our society. You will join thousands of Law Center alum who now live and work all over the country, and in fact, the world, possessing the knowledge, skill, and fortitude to make life a better place for those you leave behind. Allow that thirst and hunger that compelled you to seek, to learn, debate, and engage about legal concepts drive you in your practice, your advocacy, and your rewrite of history in an effort to leave this world better than the way you found it. You should be proud today. You may identify with various groups and organizations, but now you all have the common bond of being part of a legacy that is the Southern University Law Center legacy, and I could not be prouder. You will be carrying the dreams of Charles Hatfield, Thurgood Marshall, Alexander Pierre Thoreau, and Louis Berry. Thank you for bringing your talents to the Southern University Law Center. Congratulations. I now want to introduce our golden alum who is with us today, and that is Attorney Walter Dumas. For more than 5 decades, Mr. Dumas, who graduated in 1969, practiced as a class action, environmental, and natural resources and personal injury attorney. A zealous advocate, he successfully led a campaign to compel the Board of Education to change Southern University School of Law's Bachelor of Law degree to the Juris Doctor degree. Attorney Dumas holds the honor of being the first African American appointed to an ad hoc judgeship in the Baton Rouge City Court and is a former member of the Southern University Board of Supervisors. Mr. Dumas has also been, through his career, a very generous philanthropist. Although the year of his retirement is formally recorded as 2016, Mr. Dumas remains a servant of the Southern University and Baton Rouge communities, and he maintains engagement in church and civic organizations across the country. Dumas is the proud father of Richard Clayton Dumas and Dr. Brandon Keith Dumas, and 4 grandchildren, Alexandra, Cameron, Braxton, and Braylon. We are pleased that Mr. Dumas could join us today and be recognized as this year's Golden Alum. In his class, there were 7 graduates. Today, 18 times more will be receiving degrees. Wow, what has happened to this great institution? Let's give a round of applause. Mr. Dumas, please stand. Round of applause. Now, it is with great pleasure that I introduce the speaker for this very special occasion. Benjamin L. Crump probably needs no introduction. He is probably the greatest civil rights attorney living today and founder of the Ben Crump Law Offices, with offices across the country. He strives through his work to fulfill the promise of equal justice for all, and in doing so has represented and recovered millions of dollars for his clients in some of the most high-profile cases this country has ever witnessed. Some of you will remember Trayvon Martin, because many of you are from the Trayvon Martin generation. The spirit of Trayvon Martin is here today. If Trayvon Martin were alive today, he could be sitting in this very class receiving his law degree. Michael Brown, the precedent-setting U.S. Supreme Court case of Robbie Tolan, and the women who were the victims of the Host Oklahoma City police rape case in 2015. These were not easy cases, but Mr. Crump took them on like an avenging angel and brought justice for those people. Along with a host of other accolades and leadership positions that fills his resume, Attorney Crump serves as the Grand Counselor for Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Inc., and is the president of the National Civil Rights Trial Lawyers Association. He serves on the Innocence Project Board of Directors, was the first African American to chair the Florida State University College of Law's Board of Directors, and was the 73rd president of the National Bar Association. He is married to Dr. Janae Angelique Crump and is the proud father of Brooklyn Zeta Crump. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with a round of applause the great gentleman, Attorney Benjamin Crump. Good morning. Jaguars, good morning. I'm Attorney Ben Crump, the 73rd President of the National Bar Association, the largest association of lawyers, judges, and legal professionals of color in the world and beyond. I'm so very honored to be at the great Southern University, and I would like to acknowledge just a few people before I begin my discourse with you this morning. To your President, Ray Benton, Chairman Damone Rutledge, my good friend and your most able Chancellor, John Pierre. Y'all give Chancellor Pierre a great round of applause. A great legal mind, educating the next generation of Thurgood Marshalls. My homeboy, Dr. James Ammons, your provost. Mr. President, y'all got a good one, boy. To Attorney Michael Adams, Attorney Cynthia Reed, your great state representative Ted James, to great attorney, corporate lawyer, Attorney Al Perkins, to Attorney Michael Adams, Attorney Denise Marcel, Attorney Carol Powell-Lexing, to Arthur Reed, you all know him as Silky Slim, who didn't think it robbery to get me here on time this morning, to Reverend Henry, your prayers are very heartfelt. Thank you, sir. To Miss Lee, who robed me this morning, to Professor Deliso Alfred, and to my mentor, friend, man, I didn't know you've been practicing law 50 years, Attorney Walter Dumas. And so, last but not least, I want to acknowledge the great men of Omega Psi Phi fraternity and to my Boulay brothers. I thank you all for not considering it robbery to be with us this morning for this great occasion. So, as I begin my presentation to you all, I am so very honored to be here, to make this commencement address before this illustrious faculty and these great administrators at the Southern University Law Center. But as a civil rights trial lawyer, Mr. Chancellor, I'm coming to make an argument this morning. You see, we have to make sure that all these special guests, these mothers and fathers who are assembled here in this great facility, all of your ancestors, your grandparents, uncles, aunts, who are gone on to glory, who is looking down from heaven at this great moment, we have to acknowledge that. We have to acknowledge Junebug and Shaniqua and Baby Boy and all of them back in the neighborhood who praying and bragging for the graduates of 2019 Southern University Law Center. See, we're coming to make an argument for all of them within the sound of our voice and the spirit resonating from our hearts this morning. But before I begin my argument, Chancellor Pierre, I have to give a preamble. A preamble. The same preamble that my mother gave me when I was a little boy. You see, Provost Ammons, my mother taught me when I was very young. She said, baby,
Life ain't fair. Life is hard. You make it fair by what you bring to the table. And she said, if you don't bring anything to the table, don't expect anybody to let you sit down at the table. So I want to declare that you graduates of Southern University Law Center, my mama would be so proud of you today, because your mothers and your fathers can tell everybody and bore the neighbors and brag to everybody, my baby is bringing something to the table. Y'all bringing something great to the table. A great legal education from Southern University. So I come here to make the argument, ladies and gentlemen of this jury, to provide evidence that the 2019 graduates, Al Perkins, have matriculated through the hallowed halls of Southern University Law Center. They have met all the prerequisites, have obtained all the certifications required to receive their Juris Doctorate from this great institution, which, as I understand, has produced 80% of all the judges presently in the great state of Louisiana. My, President Benjamin, my. And that has produced some of the greatest lawyers in the world, like Attorney Darrell Washington, a great civil lawyer out of Dallas, like the aforementioned corporate lawyer Al Perkins, like Attorney Carol Powell Lexon, who I've had the chance to take cases before the Louisiana Supreme Court. I come here to present evidence, ladies and gentlemen, that these shining faces before you this morning is the best and the brightest that we have to offer to the world. The best and the brightest. You all have to understand, you represent the dreams of the slave. You all represent the spirit of Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, who with $1.50 went to the city dump in Daytona, Florida, and transformed it into a diamond mine, educating great children who were never supposed to be educated in America. See, you all are the living embodiment of your founders, PBS Pitchback, and your first president, as I understand it, Dr. Joseph Samuel Clark, who were giving Al Perkins the flood zone, the floodland. As I read your history, at Scotts Bluff, sitting on the mighty Mississippi, but they were able to transform what nobody else wanted into the largest historically black college and university in the world. You are the living embodiment of their vision. You all are the legacy of W.B. Du Bois' talented 10th that said 10% of our people were going to be blessed with the education, be blessed with the fancy college degrees and law degrees, be blessed with the status, be blessed with the influence, be blessed with the well-paying jobs, be blessed with everything that we believe sacred in America. But he also said, you talented 10th, we're going to have an obligation to help uplift the other 90% of our people who would never be as fortunate to set foot in the classroom of an institution as great as Southern University. You have that obligation with this privilege that you have been given this morning. And you can never ever forget that. You see, you have to understand that you all You all are the people we're counting on to save us, to save our people in these perilous times, to save our communities. Representative James, to save our culture. We're counting on this 2019 graduating class. You must understand without a doubt that you all are the change that President Barack Obama prophesied in 2012. It is you. It is you. See, your mothers and fathers, they know from the Motown days that you all are what Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell sing about. You all that we need to get by. You all are like the Lion King that Disney showed us on the screen. It lives within all of you. It lives within all of you. You see, it is the inheritance of our African ancestors that is breathing and living in all of you who come on this Southern University Law Center. And you have the legacy of Lakumba. See, Dr. Amos, being an old FAMU rap, I learned something about the legacy of that Southern Jaguar, the heart of Africa. You all have that within you. And never, never trust a teacher who tells you black history started with slavery. Correction. Black history didn't start with slavery. Black history was interrupted by slavery. And because of you, graduates of 2019, our history will not end in slavery. Our history will chronicle that of the American dream of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for all people. That is what you're going to do, graduating class of 2019. So never, ever, ever forget that you have been blessed so mightily this morning. So mightily this morning. You have been blessed with all those things: education, pedigree, status, influence. I never forget, Silky, when we were at the NAACP Image Awards back in 2013. I was with Trayvon Martin's parents, and we were standing in the long line, and Jamie Foxx, who was at arguably the highest point he has ever been at in his career. He had won the Oscar for Ray, had been nominated for 2 Academy Awards in 1 year. He came up to us and he took us from the back of the line, and he walked Trayvon's mother, Sabrina, and father, Tracy, and myself, and his little brother, Javaris, to the front of the line. And Mr. President, we greeted Harry Belafonte there, who told Jamie, thank you for doing this, because you have to remember, Jamie, you have great influence at this moment. Just like I'm telling you, class of 2019, from this moment forward, you're going to have great influence on society. And Harry Belafonte said to us, what good is it having influence if you don't use it when it matters most? You all have to use this influence that you've been blessed with to go out and not just get privilege and wealth for yourself, but you have to remember and fight for life for the Trayvon Martins of the world, for the Michael Brown and Fergusons of the world, for the Alton Sterlings right here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana of the world, from the Sandra Blands in Houston, Texas in the world, from the Terrence Crutch who had his hands up in Tulsa, Oklahoma in broad daylight, walking to his car, and the police woman with 2 other police beside her and 2 helicopters in the air shot and killed him. And all he had done, his only crime, Matt, was to be a black man with car trouble. See, you have to champion the cause for 12-year-old Tamir Rice in Cleveland, Ohio, who was shot on the playground. You have to champion the cause for Eric Gardner, who was choked in New York. You have to champion the cause for Stephon Clark, who was shot 8 times from behind in his grandmother's backyard, and every morning that his grandmother has to wake up, she looks out her back window at the scene of the execution. See, you have to champion those causes. You have to champion the cause for Pamela Turner. Many of you have seen the video. This unarmed black woman outside of Houston, Texas. I just came from there, Chancellor Pier. One of the most horrific shootings I've ever seen in my life. This unarmed black woman who suffers from paranoid schizophrenia. And it's so ironic that it's Mental Health Awareness Month. And don't take Benjamin Crump word for it. Do not take my word for it. Go see the video for yourself. Because if you want to understand what this law degree value is, you go watch that video and you see how she's shot 5 times by somebody who's supposed to protect and serve her, and that we have an obligation to use whatever blessings, whatever influence we have to stand up for those powerless, those voiceless, those disenfranchised people. You got to have the courage to do it. You got to have the courage to do it. You got to remember, people sacrifice so much for you to be here this day. Your grandmother's clean toilets, your grandfather's shine shoes. I mean, made every human sacrifice just for you to get this great education. And you got to remember what Dr. Martin Luther King said. Dr. King said that the coward asked the question, is it safe? He said expediency asked the question, is it politically correct? He said that old vanity asked the question, is it popular? But then he said courage and conscience asked the question, is it right? And Dr. King said, there comes a time when one must take a position that is neither popular nor politically correct nor even safe, but one must take a position because their conscience tells them it's the right thing to do. It is the right thing to do to stand up for our people. It is the right thing to do to speak up for our people. It is the right thing to do to fight for our people, because they are our people, and if we don't fight for our people, we can't expect nobody else to fight for our people. And so I say to you, this great graduating class of 2019, if you're going to be the talented 10th, you have to dream big dreams. You have to dream dreams bigger than yourselves. If you're going to be a doctor, you have to dream to be the doctor that's going to cure cancer. If you're going to be an engineer, you have to be an engineer that's going to solve the LA traffic crisis. If you're going to be a lawyer, you got to be, like Chancellor Pierre said, the next Thurgood Marshalls of the world, to make arguments that have never been argued before, to make new precedents that replaces the old precedents that would seek to disenfranchise our communities. You got to say things in this world that are not being said. I mean, it is up to you all to dream those big dreams. And class of 2019, you got to believe in your dreams. You got to believe it before anybody else will believe it. And I say to you, before you pray, believe. Before you speak, listen. Before you spend, earn. Before you write, think. Before you quit, try. And make sure, like Little Duval and Snoop Dogg, you live your best life before you die. And how do you do that? It's very simple. You live without pretending. You love without depending. You listen without defending. And you speak without offending. Will it be easy? No. Will life throw you a curveball? Yes. Will you get your heart broken? Many times. Will you be hurt by people you trusted? Absolutely. Will you be disappointed in life? At times. But remember, head up, stay strong, force a smile, and move on. Because remember this, as I try to make ready to conclude, as Teddy Roosevelt said, it is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, the man whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, and who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and yet again, and who spends his life in a worthy cause, who at best in the end knows the triumph of high achievement, and at worst, if he fails while daring great things, so that his place would never be with the cold and timid souls who neither knew victory nor defeat, who just sat on the sidelines being a hater. Y'all know some people like that? And I will tell you, as I try to tell every august body I get an opportunity to speak to, and it's more relevant, Chancellor Pierre, to you all, because you all in a little while are going to take a little quiz called the bar exam. And y'all all going to pass it on the first try. Claim it. Amen. Mama, daddy, y'all going to have a lawyer in the family. Not just a regular lawyer, but a Southern University Law Center lawyer. And you all are going to take an oath after you pass that bar exam. And when you take that oath, you're going to swear to uphold the Constitution. And Dr. Emmons, I pray that when the graduating class of 2019 from this great Southern Law Center takes that oath, they remember what my personal hero, Justice Thurgood Marshall, said is the basis of the American Constitution. You see, on the bicentennial celebration of the American Constitution, Thurgood Marshall said the basis of the American Constitution is simply this, that a black baby born to a black mother, the most uneducated black mother, the most impoverished black mother, the most inarticulate black mother, has the same exact rights as a white baby born to a white mother, the most educated white mother, the most articulate white mother, the most affluent white mother, just by virtue of that baby drawing its first breath as an American, Now, Justice Marshall said, I know that's not the case in America today, but I challenge anybody to say that's not a goal worth fighting for. I challenge anybody to say that's not what makes America the great beacon of hope and justice for all the world to marvel. So when we stand up for the Trayvon Martins of the world, and more importantly, when we stand up for the unknown Trayvon Martins of the world, when we stand up for the people who my grandmother called the least of these, what we are really doing is helping America live up to its creed. What we're doing is helping America be the great beacon of hope and justice for all the world to marvel. But most importantly, what we are doing is helping America be America for all Americans. I thank you to the graduating class of 2019 Southern University Law Center. You all are the best that we have to offer. Never ever forget that your ancestors died for this moment. They go with you in every courtroom in America. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Crump, for such an inspiring speech. And I loved when you talk about that little exam in July, because this class is going to break all kinds of records. Mr. Crump, I want to have you come forward as we present you a small token of our appreciation. Now, we come to the moment that you all have truly been waiting for. I will ask Vice Chancellor Elfrida Diamond to come forward.
With the class of 2019, please stand. Chancellor Pierre, the Southern University Law Center faculty has certified that these graduates meet all requirements to receive the Juris Doctor degree.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor Diamond. Upon the authority vested in me by the President of the Southern University System, members of the Southern University Board of Supervisors, and upon the certification and recommendation of this great faculty of law and the Vice Chancellor for Academic and Student Affairs, it is my pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to confer upon this class, each and every one of them, the degree of Juris Doctor with all rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto. In testimony of their achievements, I will invite them to come to the platform to receive their the hooding ceremony and their diplomas. The hooding ceremony will be officiated by Vice Chancellor Derek White and Vice Chancellor Sean Vance.
Graduating first in her class in the day division is Marissa A. Baptiste, magna cum laude. Graduating first in her class in the evening division is Heather Ray Key, magna cum laude. Natalie Shanice Allen. Whitney Monique Antoine, magna cum laude. Kelly Chukwu C. Anyanwu Jr. Tamara Latanya Austin. Nathaniel Banks Jr. Tiara S. Barnes. Brooke Jada Baptiste. Ms. Baptiste graduates cum laude and receives a tax law certificate. Libra Ray Bias. Skylar James Brooks. Brittany Dominique Brown. Gabrielle Marie Brown. Christina M. Bryant graduates cum laude. Colleen S. Butler, cum laude. DeAndrea N. Bird. Claire Elizabeth Kaye, cum laude. Ethan Edwin Colborough. Derek A. Cavazos. Travlos LaQuinton Clark, cum laude. Janae Shantae Clayton. Tracy J. Como. Ian Cotton. Andre Anthony Cousin II receives a tax law certificate. Michelle B. Coxon Sanchez. Javante J. Curley. Rashada M. Davis. Farron L. Davis, cum laude. Monette M. Davis, cum laude. Herbert Dobler. Colin O. Donner. LaDamon Damon Irvin. Brock Alex Matthew Fassion, Evening Division President. Hunter Newman Farah. Catherine Claire Fasterbin, cum laude. Vanessa F. Flores. Joseph F. Fontenot II. Italia D. Glover. Elizabeth Gorey. Manushka Gracia Deage. Lauren Elizabeth Grant. Erin Sherelle Green, magna cum laude. Jasmine Nicole Green. Alexis DeJoyne Guidry. Morgan Elizabeth Guillory. Monique Dorsey Hall. Zachary O. Harrison. Kevin J. Hawkins. Jimmy Curtis Herring, Jr., cum laude. Tamika Hill. Lamont M. Hills. Maisha M. Holliday. Ms. Holliday receives the JD MBA. Trinicia Jornay Holt. Kenitra Kemp Jack. Janae A. Jeffcoat Broussard. Graduating cum laude, SBA President, Student Board of Supervisors members, Xaviera Brianna Jeffers. Amber Charday Jenkins. Justin G. Jenkins. Ashley Unique Johnson, cum laude. Marissa Alexandria Johnson. Victoria Caitlin Jones, cum laude, and receives a tax law certificate. Jasmine Giray Journay. Christina Richard Junker. Hallie Kennerson. Chancey A. Kimball. Ryan E. King, cum laude. Daisha Kenyatta Lagarde, cum laude. Anna Teresa Lee Evelyn Danielle Linkford. Kimberly Brown Lytle. Brittany Janae Long. Jasmine Janai Lewis. Cortland Breckenridge Lyles. Amber N. Mason. Reginald Paul Matthews, Jr. Latisse McFarland. Jerissa Ashanti McGuire. Corinne Brooke Malosson. Allison Abril Melton. Darius Gerard Moore, cum laude. Daisha Deshelle Miles, cum laude. Ashley Marie O'Hara, cum laude. Bailey Christian Ola. Sandra James Page. Davis R. Pelche, cum laude. Rosario Joseph Piazza. Jordan Armina Pittman. Darnell J. Porter. Cole K. Porter. Jessica Marie Raymond. Tanisha W. Riggs. Brooke Elise Roach, magna cum laude. Imani R. Robinson. Letitia L. Robinson, cum laude. Antonio Edmundo Rodriguez, cum laude, tax law certificate. Donovan Arkeem Rogers, cum laude. Morgan Ducote Rogers. Gina Lynn Signorelli, magna cum laude. Jonathan D. Sanji, cum laude, tax law certificate and class president. Daryl K. Spears. Jeremy Barrett Spencer. Tanika Lachey Starks, cum laude. Whitney Charmaine Stewart, magna cum laude. Brittany Leonard Sullivan. Trey Stephen Sullivan, cum laude, JD MBA. Allison Renee Vidrine. David Wayne Vidrine, cum laude. Azriel Donay Washington. Calvin Wilford Washington. Leah Nicole Watson, tax law certificate. Samantha B. Watson, cum laude. Jamie Lee West. Cece Chanel Whitfield. Imani Martina Williams, cum laude. Simone A. Williams. Morgan E. Wilson. Dylan L. Yeso, cum laude.
Congratulations again. Before we go on any further, there are two vehicles. I got a special text from the Southern University Police Department. A white Nissan and a Ford Mustang are parked in the middle of the road, and we wouldn't want them to have a towed experience here at Southern University. So if you brought a white Nissan or drove a white Nissan or a Ford Mustang, and you think you're parked in the middle of the road, let's get you a chance to go and move your vehicles. Not so long ago, we lost a member of this class, Mr. Brian E. Lloyd. He was greatly loved by this class of 2019, and we are able to confer to him today and his family, in his honor, a degree posthumously. I would like Mother and Father, Mr. Brian E. Lloyd, to please come up to the stage. At this time, I will call to the podium Cynthia N. Reed, member of the class of 1990 and director of the Law Center's Office of Continuing Legal Education and Alumni Affairs, who will induct today's graduates into our SULC Alumni Association.
Will the class of 2019 please stand? Please raise your right hand. State your name after I say I. I, an alumnus of Southern University Law Center, do hereby pledge my allegiance to Southern University Law Center. I promise to remain loyal, faithful, and steadfast in support of its principles and uplift of any of its programs, maintenance of its traditions, and defense of its honor. I further promise to always stand ready to contribute my time, my efforts, my financial assistance, one more time, we need to hear you louder. My financial assistance and services toward the advancement of Southern University Law Center, my beloved alma mater. So help me God. Congratulations to the class of 2019.
Thank you, Professor Reed. I would now like to bring to the podium the SBA president, leader of this great class, Ms. Zay Jeffers, who will present a special award to Mr. Crump.
Truly, it's an honor and a blessing to stand before the unprecedented class of 2019 here at the Southern University Law Center. My name is Xaviera Jeffers. Most people know me as Zay, and I have proudly served as the Student Bar Association president for the 2018-2019 school year over the greatest group of students that this institution has ever seen. So I have a few recognitions that I want to do today on behalf of my class and for my class, and for the very last time, at least in this type of setting, impart some kind words to the people who have given me more than I know what to do with at times. These people have been a blessing to my life, and I know it's a cliche thing, but these people are family. This is my family. The class of 2019 will forever reign strong in my heart. So before we go on, I want to take a point of personal privilege, and I just want to say today that I would be nothing in this world without my mother. My mother is my everything. And in my hardest times, these past 2 months after my car accident, she whipped me into shape every day when I felt like I wasn't going to get this degree. I love you, Kimberly Shante Moore, with my whole heart. Next, I just want to recognize a few families who adopted me while I was here because they fed me just like they fed their own kids, and it costs a lot of money to feed an extra mouth, and I do like to eat. So I want to thank the Clayton and the Elmore family. I want to thank the Allen family. I want to thank the Wilson family. I want to thank the Johnsons. Ashley's prayer after my car accident sustained me as well. She prayed a prayer in that hospital room, and I thank you. I want to thank the Baptiste family. I want to thank the Linkfords. I want to thank the Pittmans. I would like to thank the Hope family. I would like to thank the Starks family. And I would like to thank the Miles family. I hope I didn't miss any of you all. Your girls were my backbone. They were my strong power and my strength when I felt weak. They're the reason that I stand at this podium today. I am blessed and honored, and I cherish each and every one of those girls like they're my blood sisters. I love y'all girls. I also want to thank my Student Bar Association. If you could stand and wave your hands and let them know that we set a precedence this past year. Come on, stand up, Student Bar Association. We created some bar prayer programs that's going to take this group to the next level. Now to my entire class, my entire family, I want to tell you some things. In our prayer this morning, we talked about generational curses. And I'm saying this in my individual capacity, so there are no constitutional infringements here. I'm not saying this as a representative of the Board of Supervisors or as a representative of Southern. I'm saying this as they. So in our prayer this morning, we talked about generational curses and generational strongholds, and I want y'all to know they're real. And a lot of y'all felt them these past 3 years. You lost your parents. You lost close loved ones. At the beginning of our journey, you lost everything that was near and dear to you. Your $1,000 textbooks, your cars, and your houses. But you persevered. During the second year, more tragedy strikes. We lose a classmate that really shook us to our core, but still, you persevered. And even in the third year, when we thought we were in the home stretch, tragedy strikes. But I want you to remember something today. Look where you are right now. If you can make it through everything that you just went through these past 3 years to receive such an honorable degree, there's nothing in this world that can stop you from doing what God has you to do. So remember that. I also want you to remember that we're not just breaking generational curses in our families. We're breaking generational curses at this institution. So you know when you Google the LSAT rates and the bar passage rates, they have us at the bottom of the pyramid. But I want to tell you something. I truly believe that the last shall be first and the first shall be last. No longer will Southern University be seen as a bottom tier institution because of you all right here. The class of 2018 in the fall set it off with that 70%, and we're up next. So today I say to my class, take your victory lap, but the marathon continues. I am proud of each and every one of you. I love each and every one of you. And with everything that you do it with the same diligence and excellence that you did as you executed this law journey. And remember, for the last time, classmates, peace and love, and your president, Zay Jeffers, will love you to the end of time. We have one last thing we want to do. We want to present Mr. Crump with a gift on behalf of the class of 2019. Thank you, Attorney Crump, for coming and delivering such a powerful message to our students. We wanted to ensure that it would be something that uplifts everyone. So we appreciate you, we love you, and we recognize and honor you on today. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President.
Sign up for supplemental bar review, 80% or higher. Let's get it.
Mr. Crump, we're not done with you yet. This year, the faculty of the Southern University Law Center voted to honor you and award you an honorary Juris Doctor degree from the Southern University Law Center. And honorary degree. Yeah. Yesterday, this class and the leadership honored the memory of D'Angelo Frazier, who was the SBA president in 2015, who had a significant impact on the lives of so many students here. And we now have a presentation of a scholarship to Mr. Jimmy Herring by the Frazier family. Ms. Smith, mother, family, please. Mr. Herring, please come forward. Sorry, okay, good. Snuck around on me, huh, Mr. Herring? And we will now have a special unveiling of a very special portrait. It is now my pleasure to introduce to the podium Dr. Ray L. Belton, President Chancellor of the Southern University System and A&M College. Dr. Belton.
Good morning. Good morning. And allow me this morning to bring greetings on behalf of the entirety of the Southern University and A&M College system. It is simply my pleasure to have been afforded this occasion to witness the 2019 graduating class of legal leaders, as your Chancellor continues to remind me. Today has been a very special day, and I will keep my comments rather abbreviated. But I think it nevertheless appropriate to again recognize a cadre of individuals who do so much to advance the mission of Southern University, and they do it unselfishly. And I speak of the honorable members of the Board of Supervisors who are here this morning. Would you again indulge me and recognize them for their great service to Southern University? And of those members who are here with us today, I want to further acknowledge Mr. Tony Clayton, who has served in this capacity for more than 20 years, offering himself, investing in this institution, advocating for it. He has given indication that he wants to move forward and advance a long-standing interest of his. But I do think he wants a round of applause for his long service to Southern University. Tony, would you please stand? And further, you know, I have had the great pleasure of working and serving with a number of leaders here within the Southern University system. But I am most proud of John Pierre, your chancellor, who has shaped an inviting and engaging environment at the Law Center. And by way of his leadership, it's really stabilizing and ensuring that your aspirations are met. John, will you please stand, and let's all give John Pierre, the Chancellor of the Law Center, a round of applause. You know, Chancellor Pierre and the faculty and staff, they have indeed exercised their duty to you. And I truly believe that it has been, or it is, our responsibility, specifically the administration of the Southern University Law Center, to find you such that you would be successful. And I know that these last 3 years has been a journey. It's been a heavy lift. I'm certainly aware of one individual amongst you who came to us as a first-generational student who has literally carried the torch all along the way. If I, Mr. Chancellor, could take a personal privilege, I'd like to recognize Ms. Erin Green, who graduates today as with a magna cum laude designation. Erin, would you please stand and be recognized? Well, let me say this, and I think it has been said both by our speaker and Ms. Jeffers earlier during this presentation this morning, and that is the burden that you continue to carry. And we often say that, you know, leadership, there's leadership imposes on you a great burden nonetheless. And so your responsibility, your duty remains first to pass that bar the first time. And then secondly, as you engage in your work as legal leaders, to do so adhering to the values of the Southern University Law Center. And as you do that, you not only define yourself, but you define Southern University. And so I want to extend to you congratulations. It has been our honor to serve you. And clearly, we are so very proud of this journey, being a part of this journey that you've carried over the last few years. And certainly looking forward to working with you as alums going forth in defining Southern University even more so. So again, thank you and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Dr. Belton, we appreciate your kind words. Now, these events and what happens at the Southern University Law Center and the efficiency of the operation cannot happen because of me. It's really the people who come in every day who unselfishly serve you and serve this community. The staff, I want them to please stand because they are a magnificent group of people. And this commencement exercise was organized and led by several key people, Professor Donald North, Dr. Mary Johnson, Ms. Angela Gaines, Ms. DeAndrea Lee. And I appreciate all of the hard work and the effort that they put in today. Now we have a few friends, alums, and distinguished individuals that I want to recognize. We have a few judges I think are still in the audience. Please rise. All right, there you go. Southern University Law Center alums, and a few members of the legislature. They're still in session, and I think we got a few bills pending, so we need all their votes. Typically, we hold commencement today, the day after the undergraduate campus, the Baton Rouge campus does, and it's usually Mother's Day, the day before Mother's Day. This year we're a little late, but I still want to wish the mothers who brought all of you into this world another happy Mother's Day for all of you. And to all the parents, spouses, children, and close friends of the graduates, again, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for trusting your loved one to come to Southern University Law Center. And without you, this day could not have come for our graduates. You all deserve a well-deserved applause, and I want to thank you for all of you, all the things that you do. Now, immediately after the ceremony, we will have a reception at the Southern University Law Center, and we want to invite everyone. Mrs. Gaines has advised me there's plenty of food and good stuff that you'll love, but more importantly, we want you to come and share the place that you have been with your family. Some of them who have never been to the Law Center, and show them the place that you have been in, where you are crafting your skills so that you will be the next generation of lawyer leaders. So please, everyone is invited to come. Reverend Henry, I would love for you to come forward and give the benediction as we proceed to leave this place.
All stand, please. Graduates, may you leave this place changed. May you go forth into a future unabated with exuberance. May you seek your dreams with great and lasting faith and pursue your hopes with the knowledge you have received and gained here at Southern University. We pray that you will leave and live toward your calling, the calling in which God is drawing you. Embrace it with deep gratitude and humble service. Dear God, bless each with godly usefulness. And now may the sovereign grace and purpose of God continue to be made known through the great and relevant work in your life and also this great institution. In Jesus' name we pray. And everybody said, amen.